Thank you. Thank you. Welcome to the Daily... Thank you. Thank you. Welcome to the Daily Show. I'm your host, Samuel Smith. I'm filling in for Jon Stewart because he was terrible and got fired. Now, the pressing news is Election Day. In the Senate, Ian Rismondo did not win his vote, which I find terrible because the redheads need a minority leader. Who will stop those cruel jokes? I personally would, but I find them too funny to give up. So that made the vote for the Senate. Maddie and Nika voted in as the two women, but that might not say very much about them, seeing as that there were the only two women running, and we needed to vote in at least two women. And also, Kyle and Alex Brock were voted in for the men. Big news was in the House. It was no surprise that Michael Knaus, Alex Reichenbach, Eric Warner, Ahmad McCollum, and Dalton Rogers were voted in to the House, seeing as though they were the only 5 candidates that ran, and everybody got 5 votes. What was surprising was in the write-in votes. J.T. Wood and Sasha Fazlov won in the write-in votes. Now, I come up with 2 theories behind why this might have happened. Now, what I find the most unlikely situation would be everybody felt bad for JT because he was absent, and Sasha got all her friends to just vote for her because she was too lazy to write a speech. But that plan would have backfired on her because Mr. Strickland later made them write a speech and post it to the student blog. But the plan that I find more likely is that the girls got their ballots confused with the notes that they were passing, and they all wanted JT and Sasha to be in a couple together. So they wrote JT and Sasha down on their ballots instead of their notes, and when they passed, they ended up with Ahmad and Eric instead of JT and Sasha. That would be really awkward to receive a note that said Ahmad and Eric forever. Also, the winner for president and vice president was Alan Perez and Alexandra Tavol. They won as a couple, but that does not mean that they are a couple. Alan won for president, and Alexandra won for vice. Once again, they are not a couple. They asked me to make it clear. No relationship there. What I do find interesting is that Riley Johnson and Alexander Ekstrom had a write-in vote for the presidency. This might be because they were a couple. I went on site to the Walker School to get an exclusive interview with those two. Here's the video. Well, tonight we have 2 special guests, and I think they might be special together. Please welcome Xander and Riley. Okay. Good job, Bob. So, y'all were both undercover as waiters at the recent cocktail party for C Block. Did y'all notice anything unusual, or is it just as normal as government can get?
Well, there was a lot of political graft, if you consider that normal. There's a lot of bribery.
Political bribery. Definitely.
Okay, so, and also, there was a major scandal on election day when JT was actually written into the House of Representatives. Why do you think he was written into the House?
It could be one of 2 things. They could have actually thought he was a good candidate and they wanted him to be in the House, or it could have been something more like they felt badly because he wasn't there.
Okay, see, I think I'm actually going to go with the they felt badly. I don't personally think he's a good candidate.
Yeah, well, if the people think he's a good candidate, they wrote him in.
Okay. Okay. So, also, there was a write-in vote for you two as president and vice. Xander, president. Riley, vice. And away from the face. So, do you have any comments on that?
It was Alex Reichenbach.
Reichenbach. But, yeah, it was a huge surprise.
So,
Neither of us were expecting that.
The gossip at the lunch table was untrue about you two being a thing.
We're not dating.
We're not dating.
Can you explain what happened backstage?
It was a
It was
hug.
a hug, okay? Hug.
Boy, you just cut the hostility with the
people are
that's
ticks
what
that
it
we
is.
aren't.
Gossip. That was not true.
My show thrives on gossip. Are you calling my show a lie?
Oh, snap.
No.
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 Okay. So, the allegations behind you two being a couple, just one definite answer, are incorrect.
Incorrect.
Yes.
So, if you two were ever to become a couple, what do you think your celebrity name would be? I came up with two actually last night, Rinder and Allie. My favorite's Allie because Rinder just sounds kind of weird. What do you think?
I don't think that's really up to us.
So you think it's more the press's job to decide?
I guess.
I guess so, yeah.
Well, I'm the press. I choose Allie. It sounds like a better name than Rinder. I'll kill myself for not knowing that. So, one final question for you. Do either of you have the app on your phone where you text in a name and get their Jersey Shore name? So I've been dying to find out what my Jersey Shore name would be.
No, sorry.
No, sorry.
Well, that's all my questions for you. Thanks for coming in. Are we back, Carl? Alright, hang on, let me press in real quick. We're back no matter what? Well, it's your fault that this is happening. Then. Why are you looking at me like that, Carl? Go get me a donut. Welcome back to the show. I hope you all enjoyed the interview with Riley and Xander. Now, in other news, there was a cocktail party for C Block for lobbying certain bills and such. Now, Jonathan Shu is trying to actually speed up the rate of foreclosure. Jonathan, please remove your bill from being sponsored. I cannot give up another month or they're foreclosing my house, and I need this next month to pay off my bills. I haven't had a job in 3 months, so please let me keep this one. And please don't pass that bill. Also, Alex Breckenbach, who I will give your address to because you might want to pay him a little visit with a club or an axe, who lives on 555 Made Up Lane in Imaginary City, Georgia. Now he's trying to monopolize Apple. I find this to be a terrible idea because Apple's already jacking up its prices. We don't need a government monopoly to make them be able to raise their prices anymore because we're all still going to buy their awesome iPhones and iPods. Wait, is there copyright on saying iPhones and iPods? Okay, we'll just leave it out. On their awesome and... Okay. Also, Samuel Smith is trying to pass a bill to stop the FCC to keep him from filtering shows. I personally agree with Samuel Smith because he is me, and I get very frustrated when the FCC keeps bleeping out my shows. The FCC can kiss my... Just write it into an email and send it to no one, Sammy. Vent your anger. Okay. Also, it looks like there will be a Senate fight with Maddie and Nika versus Kyle and Alex. Now, not the girls are going to take over the Senate. No, the guys are going to take over the Senate. But more like they're just avoiding each other because girls have cooties and guys pick their boogers. Ew. Now, I can't blame Alex and Kyle because girls do have cooties. They're gross. But for the record, Maddie and Nika, I don't pick my boogers. Okay, that was a bad example. Now that pretty much sums up the news for today. But remember when going to the polls next week. The redheads need a minority leader. Vote Ian in. Do not get your ballots confused with the notes that you're passing. And when trying to vote in Xander and Riley together, don't use their two names separate. Just use Allie, their celebrity couple name. Thank you for watching the show, and that's it for tonight. Thank you.